That way it saves money on costumes. Anyways, okay. We're still here at PackRat Comics, and we're here with artist extraordinaire Darryl Banks. And here he goes. Yeah.
Hello, folks.
All right.
Hi, everybody on the internet.
Do you think tell a little bit about yourself and what you're doing right now?
Well, a little bit about myself. I'm an illustrator located right here in Columbus, Ohio. Well, actually, this isn't Columbus, but I'm from Columbus, Ohio. I've been illustrating, I'd say, roughly 17 years, doing different things, freelance illustration. I'm mainly known for my comic work that I did at DC Comics and some at Marvel Comics. Right now, I design a lot of the mini statues and buildings for Hawthorne Village, which is a division of the Bradford Exchange.
What's your next book you're working on right now?
Comic-wise?
Yes.
Not doing a whole lot of comics at the moment. I'm doing some covers for Moonstone Comics for the Phantom. I'm doing several. Here's one, the first one I did, inked by Terry Austin. Actually, Terry had contacted me. He'd been doing work for the company, and he just thought it would be fun for old time's sake, since we should work on Green Lantern to collaborate on something else.
You mean this Green Lantern?
Yeah, I think it would be this Green Lantern.
Which you can buy at the local comic book stores.
Yeah.
And go to conventions as well to see Darryl Banks and buy his comic that he's done. Shameless plug.
Buy lots of. Yeah.
Buy lots of.
Give me another royalty.
Are you like a big comic fan though? I mean, do you read a lot of comics too?
No, not anymore. Well, when I read comics, it's more like older stuff. You know, I've read more like 70s, 80s Marvel.
Yep.
I mean, it's not that I hate modern comics. It's just they don't. It's a different era. You know, the era of
different type of stories.
The moral save the day superhero seems to be dead. It's more powered warriors. I don't feel the name superhero really is even appropriate for modern comics. It's like they're not heroic.
So
More of a vigilante kind of.
Not even that. They just kind of do it. I think it's just the thrill of it, you know. But you know, it's kind of like comics reflect the times, you know.
When you were reading comics, who was your favorite?
Oh, that's hard. It's probably an Avengers-related thing. I'm a huge fan of the Steve Englehart run of the Avengers.
Good call.
Yeah.
The team.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, that's almost why I got into comics.
Yeah.
I even talked to Steve about possibly, you know, him and Marvel are kind of oil and water at the moment. I'm like, ah.
Yeah.
So,
You're hearing it here, Quesada. Come on, get it together.
I like Marvel. You know, Marvel's Captain Marvel.
I think he's supposed to be.
He's supposed to be coming back, but it's one of those. Well, they plucked him from time when he was still dying from cancer, and yet it's one of those.
The one thing that probably ain't gonna get the biggest recovery is because they're like, what's going on? What? Okay.
Yeah.
And then they stop.
Yeah. It's usually right.
But yeah, I mean, Avengers is, you know, it's like, I mean, if you saw my studio, yeah, he's an Avengers fan. Well, what's the whole DC thing? It's more like when I was approaching trying to get into comics, I was mainly focused at Marvel, but I never got much specific critiques or response from them. DC was more like, well, while I'm standing here, I'll talk to them, but they were always quick to respond and give me very helpful critiques. So it's kind of like, I'm going to end up working at DC, won't I? And I did it for 11 years. So
wow. That's why I was telling him, I'm like, I don't know what else he has worked on except Green Lantern. I'm like, that's all I know he has is almost Green Lantern.
If I just stopped, well, before even coming to DC, I worked in the independent comics for 5 years. I worked for Innovation Publishing. I worked for Millennium Publishing. I did Doc Savage, Man of Bronze, The Wild Wild West.
This is more of our producer knowing because we're growing up with the comics of like the early '90s. That's our early stage.
Yeah,
so we're like, who? Who?
Yeah.
Some other stuff. H.P. Lovecraft's Cthulhu. I did something related to that. DC, my first DC work was Legion of Superheroes related things.
Wow.
Who was writing? Who was writing? Tom and Mary Bierbaum. While I was always working on the Legion related stuff, I didn't realize that the assistant editor was also the assistant editor on Lantern. So I was always saying, you know, I like Legion, but man, I sure would like to draw Green Lantern. And he would never say anything, so I just figured, you know.
He just blew it up.
He was just registered. I didn't know he was like, oh, so you do, huh? So the time came where they said, hey, how would you like to come? I was like, really? I figured I had to be at the company 10 years before I got to pick something I wanted to do. So it was one of those things I was excited, like, yeah, I'll get the new Lantern. I'm like, yeah, but it's not going to be Hal Jordan for much longer. I'm like, oh, because I'm a huge Hal fan.
Oh, man.
Which surprised a lot of fans. They think, you know, those guys hated Hal. No, I came to the book because I'm a Hal fan, but they were, as they were saying, even though it's going to change, you'll be glad that they did. It'll be worth your while. And I'm like, I can't believe that. Well, they were right. It was definitely financially worth it.
Yeah.
So, and I did get to draw Hal anyway. So, but
Yeah.
That is cool.
yeah, that was an interesting ride. It was. Wouldn't mind doing some more stuff again. You hear that?
Hey,
any DC editors watching this?
Yeah, this is going to be on.
Put them on
for
Flash.
Sure. Yeah, you're going to
Something.
see this and send your friends. And
I just want to ask you too. When you, I know you obviously keep.
You're
Do
gonna
you
see
keep the
Claremont
original
Life
art
at my
too from the
house.
books that you usually do?
It depends. If it's a pinup, things like that, yeah, I get the original art. If it's an issue, or let's say a series of issues, I split it with the inker. For example, with covers, well, whoever the inker, let's say with Terry, you know, he was on the book for a while. He got every third one.
Okay. So you kind of set up something up with the inker before?
Well, no, it's just company policy. They have an actual, you know,
that more
calculated-
DC company policy,
Or just-
Yeah, this was DC.
Okay.
I've never really done a run of anything at Marvel. That was just some spotty stuff here and there. But as far as being on something at length,
A continued run, yeah.
and this,
Do you get any like issues? Do you actually get to receive a free copy of the
they
issue
give me
you
a
worked
box
on?
of them. Oh yeah.
Oh, they give you a
Well,
pass out to your friends?
They send me boxes of everything from the company. I mean, it's kind of like, it's, you know, every 30 days I get a, you know, this big cardboard box of everything, and then stuff I worked on that comes in a separate box.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
Wow.
it's like, yeah, it goes to family members or whatever.
Yeah. Here you draw a book. Now you're a comic fan. You're collecting. There you
It's
go.
like I'm a collector whether I want to or not.
Yeah. That's
But I
pretty
mean,
cool though.
you know, some of the stuff, I mean, for example, I mean, working there 11 years, I got a lot of boxes of comics. So, you know, it's funny, there are boxes I haven't even been in. It's like I just recently found a box of, they did a hardcover version of Batman Black and White, I think Volume 3. And it had the, different artists there. I mean, it had a Mike Mignola cover. And it's like, wow, it's like, this was in the basement all this time. I mean, I probably had the soft cover, but it was like an oversized hardback version.
Yeah.
Kinda like,
It's like 50
wow, it's
bucks
like,
or something.
you're like, how long was this down there? Since 03? Oh, man. So, you know, that was definitely cool. I like that aspect of it.
That's a pretty cool perk. Yeah.
Yeah. We hope you are drawing something very soon.
Oh, wait.
Thank you.
What do we got here? Oh, this is Fatality. This is one of, believe it or not, I had more input with her creation and design than Kyle Rayner. It's like, the only thing they just said is that we want a Green Lantern hunter. Almost like Spawn has Angela, you know, we basically wanted Angela for Green Lantern, go. You know, I'm like, okay, you know, I kind of, you know, well, let's have her from Planet Xanshi, that planet that got blown up because of Jon Stewart. You know, she's coming back for revenge. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty good. You know, only thing is when I designed her, she didn't have pointed ears. They had to remind me. They had the, you know, the Mike Mignola issue. We know the Xanshans had pointed ears. Like, okay, so she had pointed ears. And other than that, you know,
It's all.
yeah,
That's
it's a bit
pretty
cool.
cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
So that's the closest you've got to actual like
I mean, it's
character
like I
creation.
had more, yeah, in like with Kyle Rayner, I just design what he looks like, you know. But with her, it's more, you know, it's almost like,
A part of you in
yeah,
DC.
like more like my character, you know. So
Okay.
Wow, that's a good issue to pull
Have they
out.
killed her off yet?
she's been dead like
I
3
knew
times
to
I can
pull
think
this
of off the
issue
top of my
out
head.
because I am smart.
3 times already.
I mean, she died in the issue where it was that whole Kyle questioning, am I Green Lantern even without the ring? It's like he was trapped on a planet with her. He had, you know, the ring was, you know, was out of charge, and she was injured from the crash. And it's almost like a, you know, survival of the fittest kind of thing.
Yeah.
She died in that storyline, or so we thought. And then, oh no, the creature, it was like some creature on the planet had sucked her in the water, like it was eating all the life force. So we assumed, well, she's dead then. Like, nope, she's back. You know, I think even you know, years after I had left, like, yeah, they brought her back and killed her again. I'm like, well, okay. You know, it's comics, it happens. You know.
Yeah. That's fun.
Is it comic dead or dead dead? There's only one real comic death, and that's if the character's totally unpopular.
Right.
That's the real death.
Yeah.
So the question is always like, are they comic book dead or are they
Yeah.
dead?
Are they dead?
Well, I was going to say Jason Todd, but that ain't no.
No.
So,
We thought, well, Bucky is dead. Bucky is definitely. Okay, no, he's not. You know?
and the people on Krypton, they're wiped out. Priceless.
Yes, that's right. People die. It happens.
Thank you.
Anyway.
Oh, thank you.
And good luck
Yep.
with everything.
Thanks a lot, man. Nice to meet you.